Mr. Gomez, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. How do I put this? My Republican, I want to kind of spell out what's going to occur over the next year and a half. Ever since the Republicans on this committee in the Senate and President Trump passed their one big, beautiful bill. Is their one big, beautiful bill cut the programs that working families rely on? Medicaid, SNAP, any kind of program you can think of, they try to gut it in order to give tax breaks to the largest corporations and the wealthiest individuals. They were so embarrassed by it, they tried to have a meeting at the White House to rebrand it. There's a fact. If you're rebranding, you're losing. And then they had a government shutdown for 40-something days, 50 days, in order to, one, not extend the ACA subsidies that would help working people. At the same time, refusing to swear in Alita Grijalva so she wanted to sign the discharge petition so she can release the Epstein files. So the Republicans will spend the next year and a half trying to hold hearings like on foster care, on Medicare, on Social Security, to act like they give a damn about working people. If they actually cared about working people, they never would have passed that monstrosity of a bill that also blew up the deficit. All the fiscal hawks on their side of the aisle were just talking BS since during their time in office when they passed a bill that they knew would blow up the deficit and the national debt. So this hearing, I think is important to have, but let's just call out what they did and what they're trying to do. They're trying to show and try to cover up what they did 4 months ago. And when it comes to foster youth, which is even more, I think, atrocious, because they cut food assistance for the same kids that are on this program. These kids who are also, when they age out of the system, they're going to experience homelessness rates at higher rates than non-foster kids. 18 months after they're out of foster care, 40 to 50% of them will end up homeless. 3 to 4 times more likely to commit suicide. Like, the numbers are terrible, and we can all do a better job. But at the same time, they're making it harder and harder and harder for these kids to get on their feet. And that's why it frustrates me that they want to come and talk about technology and AI and how it's going to help without focusing on what these kids need from the very start. They need a stable home where they're not abused, right? Where they're given every chance to succeed. When they age out of foster care, they have a place to live. One of my community funding projects was to get money to help an organization that provides housing to kids that are being aged out of foster care and have nowhere to go. That will help. Making sure that they get money so that they can have some spending money, either through food assistance or direct financial assistance, and then also opportunities to go to job training and educational programs like Job Corps Community College. I went to community college. It was an opportunity that changed my life. But when we kind of ignore the fact that they're decimating the safety net these kids rely on, and then erecting barriers to make it more difficult, I think that they're just, I don't want to say pretending, but definitely misleading the American public that they care. So if they really care, they should work with us to undo some of the most atrocious parts of the one big beautiful bill, including the cuts to SNAP, which amount to $200 billion, including the damage that they did to Medicaid. And I was also on Medicaid. So I know what a lot of families go through. But when it comes to foster youth, if we're going to have a hearing, we should really focus on how these cuts hurt them. And here's the thing. If Democrats win back the House, we will have those hearings on Medicaid cuts, on SNAP cuts, and what they do to these children so that we can find real solutions that actually help them, not hurt them. With that, I yield back.